Kayfabe Crusaders.
That's us.
Pay-per-view extravaganza Super
Show.
It's the Super Show.
Super Show.
What do we have on the Super Show?
We got NXT.
Ooh, Takeover Rivals.
Takeover Rivals, baby. We got Adrian Neville.
Against Finn.
And we got...
That right there. Us talking about that match alone is worth you tuning into the show.
Seriously. And then we got also the not divas.
No, they're the NXT divas.
Division, NXT division, female division.
Yes.
Was it Fatal 4-Way?
Fatal 4-Way. Charlotte.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks. Becky Lynch.
Yes.
And our favorite. Bailey.
The master of the Bailey to belly suplex.
That was a fantastic match. We had
loved it.
Championship match between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Ooh.
That I've been looking forward to that match for a long time.
That one's surprising one. You guys gotta tune in.
That was great. And then we took out the NXT pay-per-view special.
That's right.
And then we're like, you know what? Let's add more to it. It's a Super Show.
Let's do it.
So let's do WWE Fastlane.
Oh man,
that's double dip.
2 for the price of 1. You guys don't know what you're getting, man.
You don't know.
You don't know. You gotta tune in. We got Tag Team Championship match.
Ooh.
We got a United States Championship match.
There we go.
And we have the #1 contender for the Heavyweight Championship at Wrestlemania match.
That's a lot of stuff to cover. We even have the Intercontinental title on the line, Divas title on the line.
Every single title.
Except for the big one.
Because Brock ain't showing up for free.
No, he ain't showing up for a February pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So we'll be going over all of this and more.
Yeah, many more.
Right here on the Kayfabe Crusaders.
All right.
The songs I sing, they don't mean a thing if you're not there to hear it. But then
We're back, dude.
Back to rescue another day.
Back for your entertainment.
We just finished watching NXT Takeover Rivals.
And if you can't tell, we're pretty stunned right now.
Everything about that was magic. We curled up on the couch here with a bottle of wine.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Got that sound effect going. Sipping on a little Cavatier.
That's right. And a 5th sandwich.
And we loved this event.
It was beautiful. It was the first thing that popped into my head was Time Machine. It took me back to 1996 watching Raw. I thought Jeff Jarrett was going to come out with a guitar, and smash it on someone's face.
I thought Al Snow was going to come out.
Okay. Can we go one episode without bringing up Al Snow?
I mean, if we don't have Al Snow, then why are we doing this podcast?
That's true.
He is the reason for everything.
That's true. You're right. When you're right, you're right, base God. When you're right, you're right.
So let's just dive into it, because we have a lot of stuff to cover on this podcast.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening, because I hope you're going to enjoy this ride of all the matches and fun stuff that we enjoyed.
This is a Super Show, baby. We got a lot of stuff for you.
We got the NXT pay-per-view and a WWE pay-per-view.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of stuff to cover. So let's just get right into it.
All right. Why are we? Let's don't talk about it. Let's be about it.
Let's be about it. Put that wine away for 1 second.
All right. Fine.
All right. So the opening match, Hideo Itami versus Tyler Breeze.
That was pretty sweet.
It was a nice match to set the tone.
Yeah, it was very. I mean, it was a lot of Hideo just getting beat up for most of it.
Yeah, Tyler was really working the leg.
Yeah,
which, classic move. You focus on one body part, and it's something that he sold the entire match all the way up to the end.
All the way to the end. Even when he, when Hideo would use that leg, that was my favorite part. When he started kicking him in the corner, and he was using that leg. Right after, he just started limping even more.
Oh yeah, it showed that it took the toll on him.
Right.
Great story to be told. Tyler Breeze, he has that gimmick that you just want to hate.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, like a Fandango kind of thing. It's like you don't want to like the gimmick, but you love the wrestler behind the gimmick, because he's really good. He's one of the underrated guys in NXT.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's why I think that's why I mentioned Jeff Jarrett earlier. It's just that's what he reminds me of, because Jeff Jarrett is like my quintessential. Like, I hated his character. It was back when I I just hated his character. It was the worst when he was on TV. I wanted to watch because I wanted to see him get beat up, but I just hated him so much. And that's the same thing with Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, you just want to see him get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And Hideo was doing a good job of that.
Yeah.
That one submission move that Tyler Breeze did, which looked like a sharpshooter,
on
figure
the,
four kind of hybrid.
On the turnbuckle or on the post outside?
Not the post
the
one.
First, yeah.
Yeah, the post one was great. That's classic 80s, 90s wrestling.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But he did it. Almost looked like he was going for a figure four, but he turned it into a sharpshooter kind of move.
Yeah,
it was a nice hybrid.
Right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, which just further worked on Hideo's legs.
Yeah.
And even with that, Hideo's kick still had that huge impact.
Yeah, he had some great strong style, man. He wasn't pulling any punches or kicks, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it was a good start to the pay-per-view. You always want to start off strong with two guys that you know are going to go in the ring, and the track record of Hideo with all the great matches he's had in Japan, they knew he was going to deliver.
Right. I mean, it was my first time seeing Hideo, but I've seen Tyler Breeze, and Tyler Breeze has always delivered, and Hideo, I mean, his reputation speaks for itself.
Yeah, it was great. Hideo wins that match. Nice victory for him. I start to wonder what's going to happen with Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
He had a couple pay-per-views ago. He was headlining. He was having, title contention matches.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's close to getting called up to the WWE, and they're kind of taking him out of the picture a little bit.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but the first thing that comes to my mind is I feel like there's already somebody exactly like him in Fandango, where he's like, I guess it's a little different, but Fandango's kind of been taken off the scene as well. So
I mean, we'll talk more later on about the WWE product, but I think with the Miz split, I think that Tyler Breeze is a good partner for the Miz.
Oh.
Just the two guys that are all about themselves.
Right.
I think it's a nice kind of dynamic. Mm-hmm. Just have that arrogant tag team.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
They would be funny.
And Miz has that personality, and Tyler just has that great in-ring work.
Great in-ring work,
it could be something kind of special.
Yeah.
Next up was Bull Dempsey versus Baron Corbin in a no DQ match. Going into this pay-per-view, I was excited for it because these are two hard-hitting brawlers that a no DQ match in NXT, something we haven't really seen before in NXT, it screamed ECW to me.
Yeah.
It had a very ECW kind of build-up and feel.
And the two guys, they looked like they could be in ECW.
Oh, yeah.
They were two definite ECW candidates, for sure.
I just didn't think that it didn't really deliver.
No, it was short.
It was short, sloppy,
and it was all over the place. They didn't really focus anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, for being a no DQ match, they really didn't bring much in as far as like weapons, foreign objects, taking advantage of breaking rules and things like that.
This is the one blemish on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Corbin. I mean, he has a really good moveset. When he came in with a spine buster, that reminded me a lot of Arn Anderson, just hard hitting. Yeah. Bull did a great suplex onto the steel ramp, which was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. I love hearing that ting, the hit.
Because it's the steel.
It rings.
There's the little nuances in the ring for NXT, the arena that they have. It's really nice.
Love it.
There was a bad finish.
Oh yeah,
it was Bull Dempsey had a chair in his hand, and Baron Corbin went for the end of days finisher. Mm-hmm. It looked like it should have been where Baron Corbin hits the finisher and Bull kind of hits himself on the chair. Yeah. It looks like that's what they were trying to set up, but it didn't really work out that way.
And then also I was thinking he was gonna throw him onto the chair. Or something I thought it was gonna be something like that, but whether he did or not, I couldn't tell from what the camera was doing.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely dropped the chair, and it wasn't in the equation at all. But I just think that this was a disappointing match. The feud was very disappointing to me because it started out with two guys that were undefeated. Mm-hmm. The whole gimmick behind Bull Dempsey is he would come out into the ring, and the crowd would start chanting seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep going until he was done beating the opponent. I'm sorry, Baron Corbin. That was his gimmick.
Yeah.
And and he would just finish guys in
Nice.
20 seconds, 30
It's like
seconds.
a Goldberg kind of like, okay, when's this guy gonna get pinned?
Exactly. And Bull Dempsey was just destroying guys too, and then they would cross paths and give each other the eye. And then they had their first match on a regular NXT show when their first match should have been on the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
So this was actually their third match. And Baron Corbin has won, each of the matches, which really makes Bull look bad. Not as bad as Bull of Night Court.
Oh no.
But I just think the feud, it's one of the few things in NXT that I haven't been pumped on.
It has all the ingredients, but it just didn't deliver.
It didn't deliver.
And all of a sudden it was over.
Yeah, and then coming out, Lucha Dragons versus the champs Blake and Murphy.
Right, and okay, my first thought was, okay, here's the Mexican Usos, and I immediately was like, whatever, fuck this, I don't want to listen, I don't want to watch this. And then they totally switched me around, man. That was a good match.
It started out shaky. It started out with a couple botches.
Of all the matches, this is the sloppiest.
Yeah, but they did do a lot of redeeming factors.
Right.
They were sloppy because they were really going for a lot of moves that were high in difficulty.
They're taking a lot of risks. I mean, it's like doing something super difficult and like doing a B+ job at it. You know what I mean?
it's still head above water above a
Right.
lot of other guys' abilities, but when you see what they're trying to do, it's like, okay, that wasn't quite it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like they're just doing like suplexes.
Yeah, you get a lot of that when you have the luchador Mexican style coming over to America with the American style, because not everybody knows how to maneuver with that.
It's not fluid, it doesn't flow.
Yeah, they got into the rhythm of things. A lot of great double team moves.
Oh, more moves that I have never seen before in any match I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean the tag team division in the WWE, which we'll call the major leagues, really needs teams that take advantage of doing double team moves.
Yeah.
And NXT has, even with the Ascension coming out of there, they had great double team moves. Lucha Dragons, the Vaudevillains. With one of your faves.
Vaudevillains.
They have
beautiful.
great double team moves. Blake and Murphy did a lot of good stuff in this one. They had that spot where they both threw up one of the Lucha Dragons, and it came down with the neck breaker.
Yeah.
Oh, that was smooth. That was so nice.
It was smooth, man. It was smooth, for sure.
And then Kalisto hit that corkscrew crossbody, and then he hit him with the knee. Then he went into that knee Hurricane Rana into the head spike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks so nasty.
That might have been my favorite move of the match.
Yeah, that was so nice.
It's so tough to choose, but that was a good one.
Now, that may have been your favorite move, but I know that you really popped for the spot where Sin Cara had the one-handed powerbomb to lift him up.
Yeah, that was the one. I wanted him to rewind it so I could see it again. That was great. He's not a big dude.
He's not a big dude, but he had power.
The other guys are bigger.
Yeah.
And he picked him up and just like...
Effortlessly
and slammed him, man.
Slammed him with authority.
Yeah.
Triple H authority.
Triple H authority. Best for business.
And
that
then...
should be the best for business slam, man. That was good.
And then there was the ode to Eddie Guerrero, Frog Splash by
beautiful.
Blake to pick up the win. Like I said, sloppy start, but they really ended strong.
Yeah, ended strong. One of the best endings to any of the matches, I thought. I mean, it was like once they kind of got all the bugs out, everything was a show-stopping move. There was like 4 or 5 show-stopping moves in a row.
It just flowed really well.
I think this they could have a great feud if they keep doing this.
Oh yeah, I mean the backstory behind it, very 1, 2, 3 Kid.
Oh yeah.
Blake and Murphy coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, upsetting. Biggest upset in NXT history.
Upset, it really is.
Yeah.
Just upset. Well, I mean, you haven't watched the career of Blue Pants.
No.
The NXT diva, who has been doing a couple upsets here and there.
Okay.
But for the male standpoint, I would definitely agree. Came and won the championship belts. No one expected them to do, and they're doing really well with their championship run. And then going on the championship tip. The finals of the #1 contender for the NXT Championship.
That was great.
Between Finn Balor and Adrian Neville.
I think
Finn Balor, I should say.
This match is when it goes up another level.
Oh,
in the pay-per-view. Because everything after this match, I mean, all of them could have been match of the night. In my opinion.
For sure, yeah. I I love Adrian Neville. I've loved the work that he's done since winning the championship belt from Bo Dallas at the first NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But Finn Balor is my guy.
I think
Like,
he's the next big
Sami
thing,
Sami
so to
Zayn's my
speak.
number one guy.
Right.
Finn is going to be my 1B.
Okay, he's the next big thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
You're hearing it here.
Yeah.
Probably about 5th. But
yeah, that's right. But I mean, oh man, his entrance is great. The problem is, I mean, I love his entrance. I love his in-ring work. Obviously, he's a fan favorite. People loved him. But at the end of the day, everyone's trying to go to WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they would do with him. Because if there's a character like that with that kind of entrance, he's usually a character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
like
not
a boogeyman.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, there is like Jeff Hardy where he would come out and like paint it and stuff like that. But that was after he was established.
Sure.
He didn't come in. And I mean, in my opinion, you know, if Vince McMahon sees that, he's going to turn him into some like Stardust thing. And I'm
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, you know, that could be bad, but then again, the dude can wrestle. So,
Yeah, I mean,
you never know.
I've been fortunate enough where lately they've been showing the New Japan Pro Wrestling on TV, so I've been catching up on a lot of that, and they showed a lot of Finn's wrestling work when he was Prince Devitt,
Oh, okay.
and when he was working heel, part of the Bullet Club, and man, his in-ring talent is so high, above a lot of other guys on the roster. But you bring up a good point about what they will do with the characters.
Because it's not even a fine line. There's a big line in the WWE. You're either a character or someone who's more yourself.
Yeah. It's either
And-
based in realism
yeah.
or based in absurdity.
Yeah, there's very small in-betweens.
Mm-hmm.
There's one or the other, it seems to me.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they did with the Ascension. They turned them into a cartoony version of what they were in NXT,
Right. And
and,
then we're like,
it's
this
falling
is
on
not-
deaf ears right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But
But that was a great match.
but then you
AJ
have-
Neville, oh man.
but then you have successes like the Shield
Right.
that they come in and instantly they're all three of them huge stars.
Right.
So hopefully,
I mean, and it always fell back on their in-ring work.
yeah,
Right?
that's very true.
It sure wasn't, their promos.
So Finn definitely has the best entrance in NXT. I would even say in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I love the music behind it. It's
Great
very
music.
power metal,
Very
Nightwish kind of
Yeah.
style, which
Like,
I'm a huge sucker for.
Yeah, and the pain is great.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he only brings it out for big matches.
Yeah.
Like on a week-to-week basis, he comes
Yeah.
out and he's him. But for those big moments, he will get painted up.
That might be his saving grace for WWE. Then.
Yeah, come out looking like Carnage just for the
Right,
pay-per-view.
Exactly. I mean, hey, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That might save him.
The match itself, great old school beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Just a lot of mat
Slow.
wrestling, which if you are a subscriber to the Kayfabe Crusaders podcast,
That's right.
you know that we love old school mat wrestling.
I mean, a guy could have a headlock on another guy for 15 minutes. We'd be the happiest people in the world.
maybe. That might be well, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well,
Probably.
Let's say it's Bret Hart doing the headlock. It's like
On the
it's
British Bulldog.
Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's going to be a good one. Neville had a great agility even early on. There was the part where Finn was going to do the diving outside,
Right.
and he countered it twice.
Right.
And then there was the spot where Finn was going to jump into the ring, and Neville meets him with that drop kick,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just drops to the apron.
It took me a while to realize what happened.
It's so quick,
it was
so sudden.
quick, yeah.
The thing about Adrian Neville is all of his
So
moves are
quick.
sudden.
He's so explosive,
Yeah, I think once he does get to the main roster, I don't think that he's going to catch on quickly. Adrian Neville.
Adrian Neville.
I think that he's going to be one of those guys which, after a few years, that's when he's going to kind of find his stride.
I think so. I can agree with that just because, I mean, it's all, his look is very jobber. Like, bring him in and like,
He
in the
he doesn't
WWE,
look like a star.
But he's in great shape, but he doesn't have that, like, I don't know what it is, but
It's that it factor.
that it factor. I mean, he looks like he's going to come in some generic shorts and get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
unless they unleash him and let him do what he does, you know.
And
But
which he's been doing in NXT. He's been
Right.
having an incredible moveset, one of the best high flyers in wrestling. Does moves that no one else does. Very unique style.
I think it's going to be tough though, because it's always tough for high flyers to get their due.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he'll have to change it up a little bit, you know.
And that's a big difference between NXT and WWE. WWE historically has always been big men, power, and NXT, as we've seen with this pay-per-view, a lot of guys that are not that big, but they're exciting, and they have, you know, high-flying agility. Even the big guys are doing agile moves. Like
The big guys aren't even that big, right? They're like 260 pounds or something, which is big, but not for wrestling.
Yeah.
You know? That's not that big.
So great high flying spots. There was that moment where they're outside the ring and Adrian Neville kind of crawls to the chair.
Oh, yeah.
And Finn is just stalking him.
Yeah, very carnage, you know, venom. Very comic book villain, you know.
Yeah, he just comes with that drop kicks him
good.
through the steel barricade, which is the old school style,
steel
not
belt,
that black one that they have.
No.
I like everything about the NXT arena. It's just
great.
it makes me feel like you said, 96, like when we're kids watching wrestling.
The angles, the lighting, and just it's all in-ring work, you know.
Yeah, it's very little fluff, man. The corkscrew moonsault from the second rope. How can you move that fast?
He's just showing off, man. How can you do that? No way. That's insane. He's such like a little ball of muscle that just can spin in the air so quick.
He's a pit bull that jumps from diving boards, man.
He really is. He's strong. He did another move that was like showed him how strong he was. I forget. I don't know if it was a power bomb or what, but I was like, oh, okay, that dude's strong.
And it helps that Finn is under 200 pounds, so each of them can throw each other around and just make it look great. My favorite part of the match was when Neville went to the top rope for his finishing red arrow, and Finn puts his knees up for the reversal and turns it into a small package.
Yeah.
If the match would have ended right there, I would have said that would have been the perfect ending.
Yeah.
And then he kicks out, and you have that moment of oh my God.
Right.
You totally mark out right there.
I know, that was a mark out moment for sure. That was mark out moment of the night.
Yeah.
But that I thought when that happened, I was like, oh, perfect ending, because I think that would turn. It would still, Adrian Neville would still look like $1 million. And then he'd still be a super big face, right? And then with the reversal and that quick win, he'd look like a heel. And I think he should be a heel. You know
I do too, because watching his New Japan stuff, he works great as a heel.
And his character, the way he comes out, that's a heel thing. At least from the beginning, you know, it'll be a heel thing, and then everyone will get behind it.
Kind of like Bray Wyatt.
Right, exactly.
It was an amazing match. The coup de grace from the top rope, the double foot stomp.
That was good.
Very vicious. We talked about it before. Very vicious move.
Yeah. They do a lot more vicious things here than in WWE.
Yeah. It felt like with this match, it was a proverbial torch being passed.
Right.
Adrian Neville lost the title at the last event to Sami Zayn. This was the finals of the number one contenders match. He's not going to be number one contender.
That's right.
And it's one of those things where he's getting prepped to go up to the main roster. So his time in NXT is winding down very quickly.
Yeah.
And now Finn is going to be the guy to carry that torch in his place.
He'd be a good heel.
Yeah.
He'd be a good heel for the championship, you know. The guy chasing for the championship.
After this match was the fatal four-way Divas.
You know, it's very close. This might be my favorite match of the night.
This match had a lot of great in-ring work, great drama, suspense, false finishes.
Oh man, girls can wrestle too, guys.
And better than most of the others on the card.
Totally. Oh, I mean, it was so great. I think Flair, she's the best. Okay, there's no way she's not going up to WWE within the next, 6 months, in my opinion.
Now, do you think that she will be... Last year, Paige was day after WrestleMania. Do you think that she's going to be a similar kind of thing?
I think so, and I think she should go right for the championship. I think she's that good.
She definitely is.
I think that would be great if Paige was the champion, and then
Play out that scenario?
Flair comes out and be like, "I'm gonna kick your ass, little girl." You know what I mean? Because she would.
Yeah.
She would be great.
So let's go over all four combatants.
Okay.
So we have first out our hometown girl,
Bailey.
Bailey. We love Bailey.
She was my fan favorite. She's my fan favorite.
We love Bailey here at Kayfabe Crusaders.
I'm rooting for her to be the next NXT champ for sure.
And then next out, we had Sasha Banks, the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Becky Lynch, the Irish headbanger.
Oh, right.
And then Miss Flair, the champ,
Miss Flair.
Charlotte, from the Queen City.
Royalty. She's royalty.
She is royalty. The match, it's always hard to have a really good Fatal 4-Way match because there's so many moving parts, so many components. If you have all four going at it at once,
it's too much.
It's too much. You can't focus in on what's going on. But you have to find creative ways to get other people out of the ring.
Throw people out of the ring, hit them with a big bump, throw them into a LAD board perhaps.
That was the first great spot. Just Becky Lynch and Sasha throwing Charlotte into the LED board, which looked so painful.
I thought she was really hurt.
She sold it well.
I was like, Rick's coming out, gonna whoop some ass.
it was a great spot because it looked painful. They had the LED board go out.
Oh, nice.
And she was out of the ring for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like she sold it so well that you believed how bad it was.
Right.
And then Becky Lynch coming in with the Hogan leg drops.
Oh, she was doing the Hogan leg drops, and then I think she did a Hogan boot.
Well, that was Charlotte that did the Hogan boot.
Oh, Hogan's everywhere, man.
And then how good was it where Charlotte lifted up Sasha Banks and Bailey came into the ring and hit that code breaker.
Yeah, great.
That spot was so well timed.
That was a
executed great. And
second favorite spot of the match.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Second favorite.
And then Bailey hits the Bailey Kanrana from the top rope. I'm a sucker for wrestlers using their names in the moves.
Yeah, I am marking out for Bailey right now. Man.
She did a great job in this match.
Sweet.
She's the type of wrestler.
This was her coming up. She's coming up the ranks.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's great because she's the type of wrestler that can take a good bump. Mm-hmm. She can get a beating. You believe that she's hurt, and then she'll come back.
Yeah.
Much like how Sami Zayn is.
Right, totally. And she has this aggressive side to her too.
Well, that started with tonight.
Yeah.
Well, the NXT pay-per-view.
Right.
That's when her aggressive side started. She had always been just the
nice, hugging everyone, and now she's like, it's my time. I'm tired of
exactly,
this.
and it's nice. It's a nice dynamic to her character. Give her more dimension.
Yeah, really.
And then she also hit that very Sami Zayn-like move where she goes through. Well, she's on the outside and she slides through the ring to hit the almost like a drop kick essentially.
Yeah. Just like a boot, kind of like sliding, like baseball slide kind of thing.
Exactly, baseball slide more like it. And then from there, her and Becky Lynch just brawling on the outside. Sasha Banks comes in through the middle rope, diving on them.
Right.
And then Charlotte pops up. She goes over the top rope. All three of them.
It was great.
Just great spots. Great wrestling.
Story. What a great story
and
that match was.
It's not a great female women's wrestling match. It's a great wrestling match.
Yeah.
It does not matter if it was women or men. It was just well done.
In my opinion, it was the best storytelling match of the night. It had a good story to it.
Had a really good story. I would say the match after this told a better story, but I still think that this one did have an incredible, well-told story in the ring. Each NXT women's match, it outdoes it. Like each championship match from each of these pay-per-views are getting better and bigger and just more drama added to them.
Right.
I love the way that the Divas division in NXT is going. It's in a place right now where the WWE Divas, they're getting jealous of NXT because they get to have these great matches.
They're like, man, these chicks actually get to wrestle, you know?
I know, they get to actually do it. And then the false finish, the Bailey to belly from the top rope.
Favorite spot maybe of the night, because I'm such a mark, was the Bailey to belly.
Yeah, that move, it looked like that's the end of the match.
Yep,
That's,
I was
that's
like,
it.
San Jose girl, she's got the championship. That's what I'm talking about.
And then Sasha comes in. She disrupts it.
My least favorite, by the way. Not because of her in-ring work, but just she's so damn good at being a heel.
Oh yeah, the boss
That-
gimmick. It makes you want to hate her.
Yeah.
And so she hits Charlotte with the submission move, rolls it into a pin,
Done.
wins the title. Great match.
I think it's a great match. My favorite might have been my favorite match of the night. It's tough.
Yeah,
But
it's close. Yeah,
it was a great setup for after because Charlotte doesn't have the belt anymore, so maybe she's going up to WWE,
Yeah.
right? And then Boss, she won, but she stole it, right? She stole it from Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey had it won,
Yeah.
right? So those two are going to be the feud.
Yeah, that'd be a good feud.
I think. You know what I mean? Damn Boss.
and the other thing at the end, the post match, the thing with the women's division, they show their emotion.
Yeah.
Like they're genuinely
They want that belt.
they want that belt. You could, like
They don't just want an TV show. You know what I mean?
exactly when Paige won it originally, like she was crying.
Right.
Charlotte, same thing. And now
That was a great moment.
and
for
then
Charlotte.
with Sasha Banks, like you could see how much it really genuinely
Right.
meant to her.
And her and Charlotte were crying.
Oh, yeah.
Charlotte's like, man, I lost it. But- or like maybe it's like a good pat. Maybe it was a good crying. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was great. They really want it. But anyway, I love that match.
Great match. And then
It was at least the second best match of the night.
yeah, and you're
At
right.
least.
It does have a real good contender for the top match.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the main event of the night, NXT Championship. We'll get into that. We're gonna take a real quick break. Don't go anywhere. Kayfabe Crusaders right back.
We will be back.
My story, baby. My story, baby.
All right, we are back. Let's talk
Let's
about
talk.
the championship match, baby.
All right. So the backstory with this match.
Great.
For
Great
me,
story.
this is the best told wrestling story. With the only one that coming close is the Daniel Bryan epic saga from SummerSlam
Yeah.
to WrestleMania.
Right.
But other than that, I would say this is the best told story in at least 5 years that I've seen on wrestling.
Like behind this, I mean, where it's bringing the reality to the ring kind of thing.
And that's always the best thing. So Kevin Owens challenging Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens, formerly known as Kevin Steen. Sami Zayn, formerly known as El Generico.
Mm-hmm.
Both coming up through the independent ranks together. Canadian wrestlers traveled the world together.
Best friends.
Best friends, these cross promotions. Sami Zayn finally won the championship belt 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Huge moment. Kevin Owens debuts same night, comes out, they're celebrating together, and then Kevin Owens just turns on him.
Hey, can you get this knife out of my back? You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god.
And that back was firmly powerbombed into the side of the ring, just to
Yes.
jam that knife even
Great
further.
spot. You couldn't pick. I mean, I guess a power bomb into the runway, the steel, would have been fine, but
I mean, just it's an aesthetic that you see the corner of the ring, and you cringe when.
well, there's
they
no
slam against
way
it.
you can bump that and just be like fine.
Yeah,
There's no way.
You can't flat back that
No,
perfectly. Like there's
no
going to
way.
be some bounce on that.
But yes, I mean that story, it's perfect. They had all the ingredients to tell a great story. And what is amazing to me is that was Kevin Owens' that was his debut.
It was his first main event.
His first main event.
It's his second pay-per-view overall.
Oh, okay.
And the first one he beat, was it CJ Parker, I think, which is kind of just a throwaway
Right.
showcase just how bad he really is.
Right.
But yeah, he's been in NXT for 2 months.
Yeah.
And he's headlining the pay-per-view. But I do think rightfully so, because he's not a rookie.
Yeah.
He's been around for a long
He
time.
was a free agent. It's
Yeah.
it's like signing Brock Lesnar and being like, okay, you have to go through the ranks now.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, that's not gonna work. That's bad for business.
It's bad for business. So they both come out. I also think that Kevin Owens is kind of like NXT's Brock Lesnar.
Oh
Because
yeah.
he is
yeah.
just a beast that does not care.
Yeah.
And
I mean, think
he just
about
wants
it.
to hurt people
he
and make
stabbed
money.
His best friend in the back. I mean, what else can he do? It's like that's the last thing. That's the least that is the most like ruthless heel get to the top thing to do. I mean, it's like, the only thing he could do was super kick Marty Jannetty through the glass. That's the only other way he'd be more hated, you know.
And that's still the most iconic moment.
I know.
That's perfect. Before this match started, before the bell rang, the aura in NXT arena was that this was a big fight.
Right.
They came out, they were standing in the corners, staring down.
It looked like a professional boxing match.
Yeah, it was a prize fight, and they just executed that so well.
Right.
Just to make you, as even a casual watcher, would feel like this is a big deal.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
what's the story with these two?
Yeah, and it was just something that was well told in the ring. It's Owens had a good heel start with the match.
Oh, beautiful! That was like the Sistine Chapel, you know. That was like the most beautiful. Because I'm such a mark for these little heel things, getting out of the ring, doing the what he does later on. But I mean, he's rolling in and out of the ring to stop the counts. That was just, he's like Van Gogh, you know. He's just like he's
he rolls out of the ring. Just to get further heat from the crowd, because the anticipation is there. Everybody wants to see him walk up, and nope, I'm going to go out of the ring.
Everyone just wants him to storm in and just start fighting, but he's like, no, I'm going to,
this
is my time.
Yeah, he's going to dictate what's going to happen in this match.
You don't tell me how to do it.
Exactly.
I'll show you how to do it.
He rolls out 3 times. On the 3rd time, Sami Zayn jumps over the referee.
Yeah.
To the outside.
Someone had to have snapped a picture of that. That was just like, that's got to be.
Oh, you want a picture? Here's a picture right here. Boom.
Yeah, I know.
That's the picture.
That's exactly right.
That was great. Great start to the match. It was very circus-like, which is great.
Oh, definitely.
On the outside, Kevin Owens hits some slap chops on Sami Zayn's chest that were rumbling the arena.
They were good.
Being that they're both friends and they've known each other for a long time.
They were probably so stoked.
And they didn't hold things back. No. When you look at those old feuds with Triple H and Shawn Michaels,
they know
they would work each other harder than anybody else.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they know that, like, oh, how bad their friend wants it to be a good match.
Yeah.
They just know it. And there's the trust.
Exactly. The trust is huge.
That's the main thing.
When Owens would make any offensive move on Sami Zayn, Sami would bump it in huge ways.
Yeah.
And he would just spin and turn, and he would just exaggerate how powerful Kevin Owens is. And I love that, because you have a big monster of Kevin Owens and the smaller fan favorite.
Undersized, you know, it's not like he's a gym rat, you know what I mean? He's what he has in his corner is the fans. You
exactly.
know? Similar to Daniel Bryan, and in-ring work, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it's not like he's not even like Adrian Neville, where he's built, you know?
Yeah, he's just a regular looking dude, basically.
Yeah.
And Owens further healed it up.
Yeah.
He had Sami Zayn in a headlock, and he yells to the crowd, "You don't like that? I don't care." Just little things like that. It's so old school heel.
Yeah, you would.
And you can see it still works.
You would think he's wrestling in a high school gymnasium in South Carolina somewhere, you know. Like
people still yelling, "Kill, Steen, kill."
Yeah, exactly.
The Blue Thunder Bomb from Sami Zayn, the Blue Thunder Power Bomb where he spins him, is the best looking finisher that never wins a match.
Oh, I know.
He never hits a 3 count with that, but it looks.
That and the Famouser, right?
But those moves, like, they look so nice, but it's just a signature. It's
and
not even
like,
his finishing move.
That's not gonna happen.
The other move that looked incredible from Kevin Owens is when he had him in a vertical cradle to a knee neck breaker.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know what to call that. That's the best that I could describe it. It looked horrendous.
Yeah.
It looked like...
And Zayn took it great.
It looked like a true neck breaker. Like that's one of those things where Stone Cold gets paralyzed and has to roll up Owen to get the win.
Tough SOB, baby.
That was nasty.
Yeah, it was.
There's a lot of moves like that Owen brings to the table, because Owens is a big guy, much like Luke Harper, that has great agility, but he takes it another step. Like when he hit the swanton from the top rope.
Yeah, that was the most out of left field move that he would ever do. I was like, at least he'll probably just do a headbutt or something, you know?
Yeah, like most big guys, like a
Yeah.
Hugh Morris would
Yeah,
do.
yeah, right. But Swanton. It was a pretty good looking Swanton too.
Oh, it was with the exception of Sami Zayn putting the knees up to counter it.
Right.
It looks spot on. He
Right.
does really well with that, and then also when he does the front flip into the corner,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
great move too.
The cannonball or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. The finish of the match was something that was special.
Yeah,
Because
it
you don't
was.
see this every day. It was a legitimate ref stoppage,
Right.
pretty much a knockout victory.
Yeah, TKO, right?
Yeah, TKO, and just the medical
love
stuff.
TKO right there.
You had to stop it. There was two power bombs that Kevin Owens hit. Went for the pin. Sami Zayn.
Oh, he rolled.
He rolled his shoulder up.
As if he was like asleep and was just adjusting. You know, he was
Yeah.
so like lifeless.
Exactly. And then 3 more power bombs after that. That's when the ref had to stop it. Gave the belt to Kevin Owens. That finish accomplishes a few things. It makes Kevin Owens look like a legit monster.
Right.
Ruthless monster who will do anything it takes to win.
Mm-hmm.
It makes Sami Zayn look like a hero with a
Rocky.
heart that
He's
will
Rocky,
not, yeah,
you know?
he will not quit
Mhm.
no matter what. My question to you
Uh-oh.
is which is more devastating?
Mm.
That the power bombs that he performed or the German suplexes that Brock Lesnar performed on John Cena at SummerSlam?
You know, I mean, Kevin Owens did a great job, but those German suplexes. I think partly because the way Lesnar looked after, he was beat red and he was dripping sweat.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't see, and the way Brock Lesnar looks,
Yeah.
and how big John Cena is.
Right.
But it didn't end with a TKO.
Right.
So, I mean, that's something special. But those German suplexes, I gotta give it to Brock. I got to.
It's hard.
John Cena's like 300 pounds.
Of
like-
muscle.
Yeah, of pure American-made muscle.
Made in New England.
Yeah, that's right.
The pay-per-view as a whole, this is what wrestling is about. This is
Totally.
the stuff where if you are a wrestling fan, like a legitimate wrestling fan, and you're not watching NXT, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I got 2 words for you, basically. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because we are forever fans of WWE, and we love the product,
Yeah,
and you know
Always.
we'll make qualms about it here and there,
but we still watch.
but we still watch it, we still love it. NXT, it does everything right.
Yeah.
It does. The shows are 1 hour a week.
Mm-hmm.
Pay-per-views are 2 hours, and the match quality is immensely high.
Not even that. It's 90%. It's 99% match.
Oh yeah,
Well, the pay-per-views anyway are 99% match.
yeah, and even the show, like they'll have a couple things setting up stories here and
Yeah,
there.
just little run-ins and like beat-ups behind in the locker room. Or
Yeah,
something.
but it's mostly about the wrestling, and that's at the end of the day, that's what we want because you could tell the story in the ring. Like you don't
Right.
need to tell the story on the mic for 20 minutes.
If you're telling the story outside of the ring, then you need to get some new wrestlers.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or at least like fire 80% of your writers.
Yeah.
You don't need an entire writing staff.
No, because all you need is 2 good wrestlers to tell you the story. Because at the end of the day, that's how we get.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we find out who we like. You know, that's how we decide who's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
We don't decide who a hero is by like what they say on the mic. Yeah, it helps, but I mean, look at Sami Zayn. Like he obviously proved it.
Yeah.
in the-
There's the
in the ring.
the NXT arena was just full of Sami Zayn chants because everybody loves it. Everybody loves
Yeah.
Sami Zayn. Everybody loves Bayley.
Right.
They are the 2 individuals that get cheered more than
Right.
anyone else. And Finn Balor is now on that
Yeah.
level too.
Right.
Because the crowd just believes in them.
Right.
The biggest thing about NXT is that you believe in these guys because they are putting it all out. They are not hiding behind gimmicks.
Mm-mm.
They may like a Tyler Breeze may have like somewhat
A
of a
very
gimmick,
strong character gimmick, but
but he's not hiding
But
behind
the
it.
dude gets in the ring and you see, oh, okay, this guy's
Yeah, and
a
he
real
has
deal.
a lot of moves, not just because he uses a super kick, but he has a lot of moves that look like Shawn Michaels kind of
Right.
moves. You know, he's definitely not on that level yet,
Right,
but
right.
but he has that kind of potential.
Right.
Um,
And I mean, I think, okay, the people in the audience at NXT were just as surprised as the people in the audience at WrestleMania 30 when The Undertaker lost.
Yeah.
The faces in the crowd. It's because the story was told so great. I mean, everyone they panned to was like, had their jaw dropped to the floor like, what? This guy just won the championship. It's like, that would never happen in WWE, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They have those twists and turns. Like, Sami Zayn just won that belt.
Yeah.
This is his first title defense.
Right.
And this is 2 months after the debut of Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
This is something where it's like, okay, well, Sami Zayn would win, and then this feud would go on, and then eventually Kevin Owens would win.
Right.
No, right out the gate. Kevin
Destroys
Owens
him.
wins, and he just does it in such a convincing
In
fashion.
a Brock Lesnar fashion.
It
Brock
was-
Lesnar licensed stamp of approval ass whooping.
That, you know what? And wouldn't it be awesome if Paul Heyman starts to represent Kevin Owens?
It would be awesome, but that's a little too much. That's a little too much for me. Let Kevin Owens do his own thing. I mean, I would love it, but Kevin Owens doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. He has everything going for him. He has a great gimmick. It's a no-nonsense gimmick. The build-up was he turned on his friend because he wanted the top prize, which is the belt. Because with that, you get main event matches, you get money, and with that money, he can provide for his family.
Yeah,
so it's not like his actions were heel, but his intentions weren't. He just
Yeah.
wants to take care of his family.
Right.
And it's nice because it's not one-dimensional,
Right.
but it's real and you can connect to
And
it.
it still leaves the door open for him to be a good dude.
Yeah,
You know?
like he can go either way with it.
Right.
Overall, what's your grade for the NXT pay-per-view?
A+.
Oh yeah,
A+.
I agree. A plus pay-per-view.
I would have given it some extra credit if Bailey won, but A+ is okay.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
She'll be okay.
Yeah. So the pay-per-view was incredible. NXT Takeover, Rival. We're gonna take a quick break. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna watch Fastlane, and we're gonna do a nice little like live broadcast.
That's right.
Usually, what we do is you'll record on a Tuesday or a Thursday, recap what we saw. Right now, it's Sunday, February 22nd. We are going to watch Fastlane. After a few matches, chime in with our instant, unadulterated, unbiased opinions of what we just saw.
That's right.
So make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Kayfabe Crusaders.
All right. Well, since it's a super show, let's get the wine out right now.
Let's get that wine
It's time
out.
for some Fastlane wine, baby. Let's listen to that. Oh. All right, let's start the show.
All right, that's a deep pour. All right, here we go.
Whoa,
We are back.
we are back.
We are back. We are the Kayfabe Crusaders, Base God,
And J-Dub.
and we are watching Fastlane. So opening segment, opening match. We got a 6-man tag going. We had Dolph
That's right.
and Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
And your personal favorite,
no.
Ryback,
The feeder.
the feeder monkey, against the heel stable of Seth Rollins, Big Show, and Kane.
Yes.
So-
And, oh my gosh, my first thoughts on this match was, who in the hell wants to see this match? I do not want to see this match. I'm so tired of seeing Kane. I'm so tired of seeing the Big Show. I'm so tired of Rollins being with this group. Send that guy on his own. Let him have some big matches. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, the 6-man grouping I'm not a fan of, and it started off.
Especially with this 6-man group.
Yeah, I mean, I find 6 men are more exciting when it's faster wrestlers, like when the Usos
Yeah.
and the Shield were doing it.
Yeah.
And that's fresh.
Oh, win the Shield.
And the Wyatts.
The Wyatts.
Yes,
Oh,
that's the best of all.
best of all worlds.
But with this one, I mean, it is what it is. It started off not on a good foot.
Yeah.
Especially with commentary.
The commentary was terrible.
Yeah, after watching NXT and
it
then
is-
switching over to this, it's
pretty bad.
horrendous.
It's pretty bad. I was even timing how long it took them to talk about a wrestling move. Oh, it was so bad.
we had one that went up to
It was like 2 minutes.
It was-
On average, it was about 2 minutes
Yeah.
before they would even mention anything about what's going on in the ring.
Pretty bad stuff.
Pretty terrible.
We also noticed that Eric Rowan finally got some new ring attire. He has
finally has a logo, man.
he has a logo on the
dog a
jumpsuit.
bone, man. That guy's got nothing.
Now you're gonna
Give
get
him a
that
logo.
at the WWEshop.com.
Yeah, get
you
his
can buy
coveralls.
overalls. Top seller.
Top seller. Yeah, I'm a mechanic, and I like
wrestling.
Wrestling,
Yeah,
no big deal.
No big whoop. The match itself, it was fine. It ended a lot better.
Yeah, the ending was awesome.
Yeah, the KO punch from the outside from the Big Show.
that was a pretty good shot.
Yeah, the ending of it really added to the excitement of it.
Mm-hmm.
Made it to be a fun first match to open
Yeah.
the show.
Well, especially after the very end.
Yeah, the very end, curb stomping galore.
Yeah, that was
You take out Ziggler.
That's right.
Then you take out Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
About to take out
The
Randy
monkey.
Orton, and then
You're about to take out.
about to take out. See, that's what it was. Spoiler alert. You're about to take out Ryback,
Yeah.
and Randy Orton
That's
comes
right,
out,
That's right.
and Randy Orton just cleans house.
He does, man. Oh my gosh. RKOs from all sides of the ring.
He's out of
It
nowhere.
was an internet sensation.
Yes, and you see it right there. Randy Orton sets up a match with Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the best way possible.
That's right. I mean, I was so tired. I just wanted him to do. I was like, at first, I was like, oh, what if Ziggler pins him and they go to WrestleMania for a rematch? I thought that would be really cool.
Yeah, but as you heard from the crowd who
Yeah.
popped so big when Orton came
Yeah,
out.
they were ready for him.
The crowd's ready for everything so far. They're
They're into it.
Yeah, it's
Memphis,
awesome.
big WWE town.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, we don't want any hate mail, man.
Yeah, from all three of you in Tennessee that listen.
Yeah.
But they listen all together, so it's
Right.
only one view.
Yeah.
The crowd loved it when Orton came out. I think it sets up the match for WrestleMania pretty well. Our excitement level for that match, it's pretty high because we
Yeah.
still believe that Seth is going to cash in at the end of WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's got it.
So put him in the match with Orton, I think is great. Orton, they've been waiting for
it'll be a good
over a
match.
month. He's been healthy, waiting for the right moment, and I think this is a good moment for him to come back.
Good moment. Not necessarily a great build-up, but I mean, a month is, you can get enough in a month, you know. But also, it doesn't really matter because he's going to cash in. He's got to cash in.
Yeah. So that was the first match. I like the way that the pay-per-view starting. Let's watch some more and let's see what happens.
Yeah,
We're gonna take another break and we're gonna watch the next match.
All right, we'll be right back.
Goldust versus Stardust.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started.
So just finished second match of the night plus the bonus promo.
Oh, the promo.
What'd you think of the match there, J-Dub?
I hated it. I was like, is this match still going on? It's so boring. It was so boring.
It dragged.
What
The
about you?
crowd wasn't into it.
No one cared, and
The
the
finish
only
itself.
thing that was memorable was how bad the finish was.
the finish, the roll up, the referee,
Oh my
not
gosh.
even counting three. It
Like-
was 1-2, stopped his hands, but he rang for the bell when he realized he messed up.
Okay, you know what the worst part of the match was? When Michael Cole started to bring up Lord of the Rings. He
When
said, "Oh, you
JBL
mean-"
was talking,
JBL is
talked about the Godfather.
the, in my opinion, greatest film of all time. And then Michael Cole brings up, oh, you mean Frodo, not Fredo. Because JBL's like, oh, like
Michael and Fredo.
Fredo, you know, talking about two brothers who...
That's relevant.
to the story. And he goes, oh, you mean Frodo. Lord of the Rings. God, Michael Cole.
That was horrible.
Terrible.
I'm surprised JBL didn't lay into him more
Yeah.
for being such a nerd
Oh,
to,
my God.
to not know the Godfather, but to know Lord of the Rings. The only thing I felt was kind of salvaged by this was the promo. I really liked Cody Rhodes' promo
Yeah.
at the end of it.
Yeah, it was
It
actually
sucks
pretty good.
because the promos leading up to the match were all pretty good.
Mhm.
The promo after the match was great,
Yeah.
but the match, I don't know, it didn't deliver.
I mean, Dusty Rhodes he's not doing too hot. But I mean, like, Cody was good. Cody and Goldust was good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But their pops, it looked like he was going to laugh. He was just, like, giggling and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, so then he further did a beat down on Goldust in the back,
Yeah.
and that's probably going to mean another match at WrestleMania between these two guys.
That's kind of boring.
Uh,
That's kind of... They shouldn't have had him wrestle here then.
it should have been a one and done.
They should have done one and done here, or planned it out better so they could implode here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Either way, it should be over right now. Like, I do not like it at all.
Yeah, it was definitely disappointing after the kind of build-up there was.
Yeah, we wanted this last year.
Yeah. Looks like we have a tag team match coming up, so we're going to watch this and we'll be right back. And new tag team champions.
I could not be happier with that match. Okay, after that Goldust Stardust stinker, we have a great tag team match. So many tag team moves, switching partners. It wasn't just a hot tag match. I thought it was going to be a basic one-dimensional hot tag comes in and wins, and then they just like kind of like they do with a lot of the under titles, they don't give them enough time. But this was excellent. Wouldn't change a single thing about this match, and it even made me like the Usos.
There, you heard it first.
That is ridiculous because I was so tired of them. But that was good.
They bring it at pay-per-views, man.
They
come. They have great matches. The flow of this one was nice. It started
So
out
good. So
with
good.
just working on his leg.
Yep.
Cesaro and Tyson were just
Classic
being great
heels.
heels. Body part, just manipulation. Really trying to get the submission for the sharpshooter.
The sharpshooter was excellent.
It was so good. And then once they did have the hot tag,
Mm-hmm.
Usos took control, but it was really back and forth.
Yeah, it was really. I feel like when the Usos got the hot tag, it was in control for a little bit, but then it kind of switched right back to back and forth.
The best
Which
thing
was
about
cool.
this match is there was points where I'm like, okay, cool, the Usos are gonna win.
Right.
Oh wait, now Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
You actually were like
Yeah,
ping-ponging.
Yeah, I was like, who's gonna win this match? The way that they were building everything, it was a nice surprise either way. Like
Yeah.
I could see either team winning,
Mm-hmm.
but the way that they finished it really made Tyson and Cesaro look good because
Right.
it was essentially a
was
clean win, like you said. Yeah,
Maybe they shouldn't have won clean, but I mean, who cares?
the
That a
match was
clean
so
win.
good that I think a clean win's fine because they're heels. They're gonna get a rematch
Right.
anyway at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And I think now I'm excited for that match. That's going to be a really good
Right.
one.
I mean,
Because we've seen them on Raw and SmackDown
a million
times, but they brought it to a higher level
Mhm.
at the pay-per-view. And with that alone, I have confidence WrestleMania they can do it again.
Oh yeah, I mean, Cesaro alone. When Cesaro Tyson is a great ring technician, but I mean, he's got the fans already. You know what I mean? He's got the charisma, I think. And I love having Natty there. I would love to have what if it was a six-man tag?
Oh, like including the Divas?
Yeah,
That's not out of the realm. I can totally see them doing that.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then that would be pretty cool. And then, but I would still want Tyson and Cesaro to keep the belts.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But to win dirty.
Yeah,
'Cause a dirty Natalia heel
to
turn.
solidify her as a heel.
Like,
yeah.
hit him with the belts or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I would love that.
actually not bad booking. I like that.
Thank you.
I also really liked when Cesaro did the Cesaro swing,
One-legged.
the half crab style. Oh, that was
on
money.
the injured leg, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So good,
excellent.
so good on the attention to detail.
And it was a little bit more of a heel move than it usually is.
Yeah, and because he had him by the heel.
And
And then Cesaro when he does from standing from the ropes
Oh.
to
It's
suplex him
basically
into the
a
ring.
deadlift to suplex kind of thing. Oh my god.
And then Tyson comes in and leaps in right after. Oh,
And we are marks for tag team special moves.
that's great. And when you combine power and agility,
yeah.
it's a great combination.
It's a great mix. And I mean, the Usos won me over too. They didn't just jump over the ropes and do that. Because did they even do that?
No.
I don't think they did that,
No.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because it showed that they can
do more.
They can do.
They're
more
not a
than
one-trick
that.
pony.
Right. I mean, they were doing some pretty cool Samoan. Oh, the Samoan drop into the.
Into the barricade.
Oh,
that
that
was
was
a
a good one.
great one
That was a good-
because that was one of those things where it didn't make a lot of noise,
Right.
but it looked like it hurt
And
bad.
and it's not something you see all the time.
Yeah, it was fresh.
It was pretty cool. Fresh, baby.
Yeah. So far
So far.
we're 3 matches in. Goldust, Stardust, not
Yeah.
too keen on.
Yeah.
Between the 6-man tag and this tag team match, so far, what's the match of the night?
Tag team match of the night. The only reason why the 6-man is any good because it has the ending.
The ending.
The ending
yeah.
was good.
This one, good
But
all the way.
In terms of a match, this was a great match and great ending. Because I loved the tag team switch.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So far, this is the match to beat.
Mhm.
Let's continue watching and let's see if we can find a match to beat it.
I can't wait.
All right. We got double dose here.
Okay, we got two things to talk about.
Usually what double dose means.
Usually.
Usually. Not always.
You never know.
We might throw you a curveball here on the Kayfabe Crusaders. So we just witnessed the Sting Triple H little confrontation.
Right.
Pretty much as expected. Yeah.
Right. There's a little bit more. I didn't expect them to scuffle so much.
Yeah. I liked the sledgehammer versus bat.
Oh, that was great.
That's
that
good.
Was great.
I was thinking, I'm like, so Triple H has the iconic sledgehammer.
Right.
You know, that's pretty cool that he's one of the only people, and then
Sting busts out the
busts
bat.
out the
and
bat.
you're
I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he had the bat too. It's been that long.
I totally forgot. I mean, I thought it was great. I kind of wish he came out of nowhere though. I kind of the walk to the ring was cool, but I feel like they could have done something a little bit better.
Yeah. You had said that it would have been nice if the lights were out, which I agree with.
Yeah.
I think that having
and then
him
he comes in the ring like
a flash.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But like this time it's the real Sting. you
Yeah,
know?
not the Al Snow version.
Yeah.
What I did like is the fact that he wasn't on mic. I like leaving him mysterious.
Yeah.
Leaving him, don't cut the promos. Everybody knows why you're here. He pointed the bat to the WrestleMania sign.
Like 5 times.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they got to do because they got to
Yeah.
make sure they get the shot.
Get
for
the
when
right picture.
When they put it on the website, it's always there.
Best for business.
He knows what he's doing. Triple H. And the problem I had was Triple H came out to the King of Kings Motorhead song.
Right.
When he came out clearly as a wrestler, not the COO.
Right.
He should have came out to time to play the game.
Right. That's true.
It's the little nuances that they missed on that.
Yeah. And also, I don't know. I thought it was good.
I liked it. I'm excited for the match. I think
I really liked the promo of Triple H was just tearing him to shreds. I liked it.
I know he was burying Sting, but this time rightfully so within character.
Right. Exactly.
But I think it'll lead to a pretty good match.
I think it'll be a good match.
I've had my doubts here and there, but just the energy behind it's
I have
pretty
no doubt
good.
in what Triple H can do.
That's true. He has it.
But I mean, Sting, he's in good shape.
Yeah.
He's stayed in good shape. He's been wrestling this whole time. It's not like he came
Yeah,
out
but he's
of
been
nowhere.
wrestling in T-shirts.
Oh.
That's like wearing a T-shirt in the pool, man.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know.
He
But
hasn't been wearing singlets?
I mean, he's wearing the singlets, but he has a T-shirt over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would like to think that in the contract, Vince says you can have the one match, but you're not wearing a T-shirt.
Oh,
so get into shape.
Yeah.
So I'm almost certain he won't wear a shirt.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
that'd be
Hopefully
horrible.
he'll be in good shape.
Wearing little shirts.
Mm.
We had the Divas title
Oh,
match.
yes. And
Paige vying for the title against
Right.
Nikki Bella.
up against the big-breasted Bella.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I thought they looked nice.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
Paige
an
does
okay
some
match.
All right stuff, but after watching the NXT, what was it, Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah, it's hard to compare those
You
two.
can't. And
It's-
it was just garbage.
I mean, it was
in comparison.
by comparison, but within itself, I thought
It wasn't too bad.
I thought it was okay. It was definitely better than Stardust Goldust.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was better than that, better
Yeah.
paced. They had some pretty good spots.
Right.
The power bomb on Paige was really
Powerbomb,
nice.
That was good.
Throwing Paige against the railing was nice.
Mhm.
Like, so they did some good spots.
The ending. What do you think about the finish? I mean, like, it was good that she won. She didn't win clean, but it wasn't very distinct. You know?
Yeah. They claim that she pulled the tights. It wasn't made clearly evident that she
Right.
pulled the tights. It was kind of
Right.
like her hand was there, so I guess she
Yeah.
did. We'll take their word for it. But I don't know. I think it could have been executed better. Just
Right.
looked sloppy.
Yeah. Do you notice that, like, when we're talking lately, when we're talking about the WWE, when the pay-per-view, it's like we're talking about little things like that, but we're not even mentioning like big spots. There's not really many like big spots in comparison to NXT.
Oh yeah,
Where we're just like, oh, this move and that move and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
move. Isn't it so
It-
much different? I mean, to watch them back to back, they're just polar opposites.
Yeah,
It's so
and
crazy.
NXT so far is winning.
Oh, by a landslide.
Yeah, but let's see what happens because now we're going to turn the corner,
Yeah, this might be the upper echelon match.
we have our boy Mean Dean Ambrose coming out,
Mhm.
and he's going to be going for the IC belt against
Yeah.
Wade Barrett.
Ooh, this is gonna be
So
good.
we're gonna watch this, and we'll get back to you. Hopefully, I'm hoping there's like a more than 15-minute match.
Yeah,
I think
like
it should
20
be
maybe.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Hopefully they give him some time. So we're gonna watch that match, and we'll let you know what we think.
Hopefully, we have something great to talk about.
All right.
Well, I'm confused. We just had Wade Barrett versus our man Dean Ambrose, and I want to hear your opinion on it because I don't know if there was much I liked about it at all.
Yeah, it
Go.
was. I feel like this match kind of personifies what I felt about the pay-per-view,
Mm-hmm.
of that it's a placeholder.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that are being booked for this are things that are going to be booked for WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of just getting a taste of it. Like Stardust Goldust, we're probably
Right.
going to get another match.
Yeah.
The Uso, we're going to have that rematch for the belt.
Right.
We had the confrontation between Sting and Triple H, and now we'll see the match.
Right.
With this one, it looks like the whole title shot was made as a placeholder for WrestleMania to be the
Where
real
the
deal.
real title shot. Well,
And I think that's
okay.
It's
That's
okay.
But you got to think of a better way to go about it. Why was Dean Ambrose even disqualified?
He was disqualified because he didn't break the ref's 5 count.
Oh.
Okay, so I understand it. The better option,
Mm-hmm.
as Wade Barrett is running away, he tried to
him
run
out.
several times.
Count him out.
Let him run out and be counted out.
Yeah.
Because he was looking like he was going to leave through the crowd, through the arena.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow through that scenario, then you have Wade Barrett running like a coward,
And Dean
gets
Ambrose?
counted out, retains his title,
Right.
but he left his title. You could still have the same ending of Dean grabbing the
Right.
belt and walking away.
Except Dean looks like $1 million rather than a heel.
Yeah, because he cheated
Mm-hmm.
and lost because he cheated.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that would have been the better way to do it and gotten the same results that you wanted to convey. Because they have Dean take the belt because now there's going to be a feud where you have what's mine,
Mhm.
and that's where they're going to fight at WrestleMania, which
Right.
is fine. We've seen that angle before. That's okay. But it would have been done the exact same way if you would have had Wade Barrett run.
Why? What do you think about the spots in the match?
They weren't anything special. There's a lot of stuff that we've seen a
Right.
bunch of times. I really
There
like
was
when
one-
Dean does
one
the
thing, right.
standing elbow drop. I think that's great, but
Mhm.
we see it all the time. But yeah, there was the one,
The one spin into the. What did he turn it? Clothesline?
yeah, on the outside.
On the outside apron, he did like a spin through the bottom rope.
Yeah, which was great. I thought that was nice. It was a
Great.
surprise.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen that before. That was a cool spot.
But in terms of a wrestling match, it really wasn't one.
It wasn't anything different than the one they had a couple weeks ago on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another problem with this pay-per-view. We've seen a lot of these matches
Yeah.
on TV many times, but it's a placeholder. We'll see how this develops at WrestleMania.
Up until WrestleMania, who knows what's going to happen? So,
Yeah, let's see what's next.
alrighty. Well, that might be one of my favorite moments of the night.
That was great.
That was excellent.
We
called it. You called it.
Yeah, we witnessed the seeming return of the Undertaker,
Pretty much.
only to be swerved into Bray Wyatt arriving in a casket, challenging the Undertaker by name.
Yeah.
This was a highlight of the night. I really liked Randy Orton's return earlier.
Yes, that
I
was
thought
great.
that was great.
I think
This
that-
is even
yeah.
better.
This was even better, but it's easy to forget about Randy because he came out the first.
Yeah, the very first segment, pretty much. So, lights hit.
Right.
You see the Druids.
Yeah.
You hear the ominous music.
And then a few seconds later, the bell tolls.
The bell tolls.
That's when you know. Okay, it is official.
And
But
then
then you go, wait. They're gonna tease it out a little. He's not gonna show up, right?
casket comes out.
Mhm.
2 Druids pushing the casket.
Mm-hmm.
Casket opens after minutes of anticipation.
Right.
And you got Bray Wyatt laying
With the
down
Wonderful microphone.
with the microphone, which is all that guy needs. He did
Yeah.
not need a match
He did
at
not.
Fastlane to make an impact.
No, he was better than I'd say 75% of the matches.
Oh yeah, that was easily the most entertaining 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Of the
pound
night.
for pound.
Yeah.
Best segment.
It was great. Came out, talked about how when he was young he used to fear the Undertaker,
Great.
but now he's just a man, and
Oh.
he's in limbo between their world and ours, and
Right.
just the new face of fear. Everything about it was just magic.
What was that?
Finally putting a name to everything we already suspected.
Right.
But the fact of him saying the Undertaker's name makes it
just
real.
Means, okay, they reached a deal and he's coming to do a match. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, part of me really thought I was never going to see the Undertaker, until he maybe came back for Hall of Fame. And I thought, because if anyone would retire like that, it would be him.
Oh yeah,
But
he
then
is
again,
the
it's
business
also
like that.
Then again, he is like the dead man. So I mean, he can come back from really anything. Just bring a casket out, and everyone else is like fine. It's no one's thinking about the broken streak anymore. They just want to see the Taker come out.
Now the match at WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
who's going over?
I hope it's hard. You want Bray to get some
Get the rub?
get the rub, but I don't know. That would be too much. 2 losses in a row for
Yeah.
Taker. That's too much. I think Taker will win, but maybe it is a retirement match. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's one of those where I could book it either way in my mind,
Yeah.
and both ways make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So until I see it, I don't know.
Right.
And that's the best part of wrestling, is not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you can predict everything, it's not as fun. And we go through and I read the articles and I see all the things that happen. But when I'm genuinely surprised and I don't know what happens, it's the best. It's the best moment.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm really looking forward to this match.
Because either way, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, and it'll be entertaining.
Right.
All right, let's watch a little bit more. And let's
All right. What's next,
What's
baby?
next here? All right, so we
Well,
just
well,
finished
well.
watching Rusev defend his title
Yeah.
against John Cena.
How did you feel about that?
So let's start at the beginning of it. I don't like the way it started of Rusev coming out first.
Yeah.
Being the champion,
He deserves.
he has
to
the
come out
right.
second. He
Yeah.
has the right. It's tradition. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's tradition.
Champion makes the challenger wait,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah, John Cena.
Come on. Just because you never give up.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
So the match had a slow build to it.
Slow build.
It
It was
was
two giants kind of going against each other.
Yeah, I think that it was crescendoing really nicely up
Excellent.
to the end.
Excellent.
And the
I mean-
end was a nice little finish.
Not many like crazy spots in there, but I mean nothing bad. It was all very aggressive. But the best was the trading off submissions.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the match for sure.
Cena being in the Accolade, which camel clutch, that's what I'm gonna call it.
It's the camel clutch, and there's no way that doesn't hurt, no matter what. I mean, it just bends you. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to make it not hurt, but I mean not hurt as much.
Yeah, the fact that John Cena kept almost getting out of it,
That was perfect.
but Rusev just locked it in more.
And
that
they kept grabbing the arms.
that sucked
that
me
was
in,
good.
man.
That was the way, because we thought it was kind of going to be a stinker. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was a slow build, and I called it. I said, John's going to put on a good match, but then I started doubting myself. I was like, why did I say that? But he delivered, man. It was good.
Yeah, it was
great.
good. It was a good match. It's definitely with the way that Rusev won. It was with the assistance of Lana distracting the ref,
Excellent.
gives a low blow to Cena,
Cool.
puts him in the Accolade, and then Cena he's out from the pain. He's not even tapping out. And why doesn't
I
he
know.
tap out?
He never gives up.
You know that's right.
I know. But, I mean, Lana's the best, man. She's great.
She is the best.
She's the best. I think she's the best, what would you call it? Valet.
She's a valet, yeah. I would even go as far as saying
Diva?
she's a handler.
Handler. Okay, valet.
Kind of
handler,
like a Harvey
manager.
Whippleman to Kamala kind of role.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just kind of controlling the beast.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I know she didn't really. She wasn't really on the mic this podcast, this pay-per-view, but I mean, she never messes up.
Yeah, like on the outside, she was definitely in character the entire time. She never breaks character. She's always just really good on the mic.
She's always invested in the match. She's like she shows her emotion, like when Rusev is about to lose or this or that. She's always like invested in it and yelling "shut up" at the fans and stuff like that.
Very, very sensational Sherry.
Yes,
which is great.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah, I even liked Rusev when the crowd was a little bit bored in the beginning and they were chanting for Jerry Lawler. And then Rusev just stares down Lawler and starts screaming at him.
Yeah.
It was so subtle and awesome. They didn't even commentate on it.
Nope.
But
I mean, I wouldn't expect them to.
yeah, but it was done really well. Overall, I think it was a really good match. Still not match of the night.
Not match of the night.
Still got that for our tag boys.
The tag is still match. It's still match of the night, but this one it's pretty close.
It's up there. It's up there.
It didn't have the best moveset and everything, but I liked the result. I liked the finish for sure. And I think it's a good build-up into our next match.
Yes, which we have the main event.
That's right.
So we're going to watch that, and then we'll close this out.
What was it, Supershow?
The Supersode.
The Supersode.
The Supercast.
All right, let's do it.
And that is the main event.
Wow.
Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan.
You know, I stand corrected. That was a damn good match.
That was a really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
A lot of really good back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Great aggression from Daniel Bryan. He looked different than he has, the past few years. He just had another dimension to him. Just a real good mean streak.
Definite mean streak. Focusing on the leg.
Yeah.
With all those kicks. That was probably my favorite aspect of the match.
And Roman sold it really well, too.
He was selling, man. He looked like he was going to lose. That's
Yeah.
why I kind of was like, oh, what if Daniel Bryan is going back again?
Yeah.
And he has this mean streak with him or something, and then, but then, you reminded me, we did talk about it. I go, yeah, I forgot. It's definitely going to be Roman. Because of all the build-up and everything, but, it's all good.
But it was still a really good match.
Yeah.
I also made the comment while we were watching it that the commentary team finally got one thing right.
Finally.
Where they talked about Roman's hernia.
Yeah.
Once when Daniel Bryan was kicking the midsection, and it didn't click until the commentary said it. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what had him out of action for so long.
Total sense.
Makes sense. It was a great time to talk about it.
And that was their one positive aspect for the whole thing.
The rest of the commentary for the other matches of the night.
Terrible.
Terrible.
They get in the way of the wrestling.
Yeah. NXT commentary.
Excellent.
Excellent. They talked about the match.
That's why we were so excited about it. Because it's just, everything is so much.
There was points of tonight when we're watching where anytime something dumb was said, you would just look at me. And I just had to say, I'm trying to tune them out. I'm just ignoring them. And that's horrible if you're trying to ignore the commentary team.
I think I have a headache because I was just trying to ignore them so much, I was trying to just focus on the story being told in the ring, but oh man.
What we talked about, what we're gonna do for you guys is down the road we're gonna start watching a couple classic matches.
Yeah, I can't wait for
that.
And
we're gonna add some commentary, and then you guys can tell us what a horrible job we do.
Yeah, perfect.
Because we're gonna tell stories about stuff that you have no idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But overall, I thought this pay-per-view there's a lot of things that could have been done better.
For sure.
But it got me excited for WrestleMania. We have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns official.
It's official.
Triple H versus Sting official.
Mm-hmm. Bat versus Sledgehammer.
We have Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker. Pretty close to official.
Pretty damn close.
Now with him actually saying the name that should never be said of the Undertaker. Now it has that realism.
Yep.
And most likely, we're gonna have tag team Usos in a return match for their newly lost titles against Cesaro and Kid.
Rusev and John Cena probably.
They'll probably have a rematch. And then, since Dean Ambrose took the Intercontinental belt, now we will probably have a rematch for that as well.
What was your least favorite part
of tonight?
Your biggest misuse of time
for tonight's pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I would say the fact of the length of Stardust Goldust.
Yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah, it could have been consolidated. I mean, it really felt like it was
on forever. It felt like it was the longest match of the night.
Yeah, and it definitely wasn't, but it just it wasn't building enough.
It almost like they called an audible and was just like, okay, go home. You know what I mean? Because it was just
It wasn't working.
Yeah, it wasn't working. But also the Dean Ambrose
Wade Barrett?
Wade Barrett was. I mean, there were some good spots, but
It wasn't enough.
it wasn't a good use of how much talent those guys have.
Yeah. I think that they did a lot today of building anticipation for WrestleMania, which leads me to what I would do with these February pay-per-views. Because before we had Elimination Chamber, which
Right.
it was a gimmick pay-per-view, and then they got rid of it for this.
Right.
Why not bring back King of the Ring in February?
Oh yeah.
If you do King of the Ring in February,
Tournaments.
you do the tournament, you don't have to sacrifice storylines into WrestleMania. You can leave those for a good build. And you can give the winner of the King of the Ring something to look forward to at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a shot at the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, whatever's open.
Yes.
You know, whatever. Who knows? Like maybe you could even do a tag team King of the Ring or something like that.
That would be interesting. Yeah, that we haven't seen before.
And we have plenty of tag teams.
We're
but,
getting there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they can always throw a couple together.
Get some NXT
And you could-
like a Rivals.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But you can do that tournament format in February, and then you
Yeah.
wouldn't have pay-per-views like this
That
where
are fillers.
and it's just you're gonna get repeat matches the next month. And WrestleMania is supposed to be the big moment
Right.
of the year, but if kind of based on what we saw today, if it's a lot of rematches, well then
You
what's
know the opposite's probably going to happen.
I know we're
Yeah.
gonna watch Raw, and then they're gonna announce all these new matches.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be Rusev versus
Yeah.
Wade Barrett for a title unification or something like that. Something crazy.
But I mean, like, if we have, like, Rusev won tonight, he'll probably lose WrestleMania if they have a rematch. You know what I mean?
I would imagine that if on the rematch John Cena would win.
And then with the tag team, what do you think? That might be different.
That I mean, I would like to believe that Cesaro and Kidd would get more than 1 month as a title reign, but the Usos winning it again at WrestleMania, that's a good moment for a face tag team. So
Right.
it could go either way with
And
that, which I like.
It's probably best for business. They sell a hell lot of
A lot of merch.
merch.
And what are they going to sell with Tyson and Cesaro? Beats headphones?
Hey, you never know. That would be awesome.
But the pay for WrestleMania, I'm looking forward to it. 5 weeks from
Yeah.
when we're
I
recording
mean,
this.
even though there was a lot of filler in this, but I'm still looking forward to it. I thought the Cena Rusev was a great match. The
I really
tag
like-
team match. Loved it.
Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, I
Right.
thought, did a great match.
But now here's the tough part: Roman Reigns has to go against Brock Lesnar, and who's going to carry that match?
That's a great question.
Because Brock can carry it if he's kicking someone's ass.
Yeah, and I do believe that the match has to be built on Brock just destroying Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns coming back in the end
Right.
and just being that like superhero,
Yeah.
which they're trying to bill him as anyway,
Mhm.
which kids will eat up
Right.
and then smart marks will roll their eyes at.
Right.
But I think it can be done. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt based on what we've seen Brock Lesnar do in his last few matches.
It's going to be at least entertaining.
Yeah.
It might not be the greatest.
It won't be the match of
technical
the night.
wrestling. Yeah, but I mean, it could be the match of the night if he just like literally destroys Roman.
like a SummerSlam kind of deal.
Because I kind of like that stuff, just because of him. But yeah, it won't be match of the night most likely, but it will be entertaining because how just much of a freak he is.
Yeah. So we'll see. So we're recording this on the Sunday here. We're going to edit it. Hopefully we'll have this out before Monday Night Raw.
That's right.
So
That's
our
our plan.
So our next podcast will cover Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
We'll try to get on the next NXT episode.
That's right.
And
Maybe we might even have some another live one to go along with it. Depends.
yeah, we'll see how this goes. But overall,
What's your grade?
my grade for Fastlane, I'm going to give it a B-.
Okay, I was solid B.
Solid B?
Because B minus was a little negative to me, but because I thought, do you think it was better than Royal Rumble?
Whew. Well, Royal Rumble had the triple threat match,
Yeah.
which was one of the best matches I've seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
right.
This one didn't have a standout match that I'll think like match of the year candidate,
Right.
but it had some solid matches.
Yeah.
Um,
Overall, probably this one, but if
I
you
mean-
had to pick one of the matches that the
I would
it's tough.
It's tough. They're close.
They're very close.
I liked the Royal Rumble okay. I like this one all right too.
But this one, I feel like overall, ended much better. Like as an overall package.
Yeah, it left with a better taste in your mouth.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
Royal Rumble did.
Exactly.
Which if you're only going on the last impression, definitely this. But it's always hard for me to bet against that triple threat match because it was
that's
so
true.
good.
That one will last the test of time.
Yeah, especially since they actually commented on the match.
Oh yeah,
which always holds up.
That'll be the last time that's ever done, I think. But anyway, we'll have some more stuff on Raw and maybe a few special stuff from the network. We're not sure.
Always good stuff on the network. Make
Always.
sure leave some comments, subscribe, tell friends. Let anybody who loves wrestling as much as you and I know about the Kayfabe Crusaders.
Let's get some dialogue. Send in some questions. Do anything.
Yeah, we have our email right there, thekayfabecrusaders@gmail.com.
Hit us up on the Twitter.
We don't have a Twitter yet. We'll make one.
We'll make one right now. And then you can even tell us how much you hate us. That's fine with us.
Yeah, we love being heels.
It's great.
We love the disdain from the audience.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are the Kayfabe Crusaders. This is the Base God.
And this is J-Dub.
And hopefully, tomorrow night and Raw, we get even more answers on this road to WrestleMania.
And that is a teaser.